Hello everyone, Mr. Modos here, and I'm once again on your funny phone screen. And I'm here to say that Mario 64 horror sucks ass. The horror is so bland, boring, and just straight up bad sometimes. Wario apparition and all. Most Mario 64 horror is just spooky personalization AI and other random stuff like that. The only bit of good Mario 64 content I've seen personally is Greenio's Mario 64 Classified series. Besides Greenio, Mario 64 horror is so completely dog shit. Most of the people doing SM64 horror don't even know what they're doing half the time. No disrespect, it's just I feel like Mario 64 horror has more horror potential than just spooky Wario apparition. Now, you might be looking at the title of this video and thinking to yourself, Mr. Modos, what does this mean? I signed up for a Beatha313 video, not you ranting about Mario 64 and horror and the fact that most of it sucks. While yes, that is true, the reason I brought this up is because it's very important understanding why I love this game so much, and why I'd go as even to call it perfect horror. Enough stalling though, we've got a plexus to explore. But before we do that, I have to say a bit of warning for flashing lights, though, and also I will be playing Unabandoned, and before any of you Chris Lillo stands, or however you say his name, start wilding out in the comments, I will personally delete any comments that try to incite any bit of drama. I don't care for your opinions, I'm simply just going on and talking about the game and why I like it. It's nothing more than that. Aside from that, let's hop into the plexus, shall we? Well, this is something I'd imagine some of you didn't expect. Yep, this is the Shoshinkai build. For those who don't know, the Shoshinkai build was the first ever publicly shown build of Mario 64. It's also important to mention that pressing L switches you to Luigi. Well, let's head inside the castle, I guess. Here's the lobby, and trust me, you'll know this lobby very well. Let's head to the far right door, huh? Let's see where it takes us. It seems to be the Shoshinkai build of Cool Mountain. And if you played the Preservation Project before, you'll know that the slide here is actually the Tall Mountain slide. Getting a star will take you back to the lobby. The rest of the levels here are the Shoshinkai build, so if you want, just go check them out. Head up the steps and you'll face off with Bowser. He goes down in one hit and you'll grab a red star. That wasn't in the original game. Whatever. Must be a texture error. Let's just grab the star and... This is where the real game starts. It should be very obvious now that this isn't a normal Mario 64 ROM hack. But before I continue on this lobotomy simulation, if you're already interested in playing the game, click off the video and go download it, because the game is better played with no knowledge rather than watching some random YouTuber that you probably found in your recommended going on about it. If you still insist on watching the video, then thanks for your time. Let's get on to the story. Oh wait, there basically is nothing besides some subplots I will not be covering. You can go find them yourself. If you have the patience and half the mental problems I have, let's dive into the most notable levels. Let's start off with basically the poster boy stage for Beatha313, Dry Town. This Bloodborne looking on stage is something some of you in the audience might recognize. Maybe through images, or maybe you've heard the music. By the way, the music in this game is really good. I recommend listening to the OST. Back onto Dry Town, this place is inhabited by yellow bombs that really hate Mario because Mario's been going off of the deep end after being stuck in the plexus for so long. One of the bombs tells you not to go knocking on people's doors because that, is annoying and kills them or something. Obviously, your dumb owl decides to get all the doors and grab the stars. Not feeling any remorse for literally killing innocent bombs, you maybe head for the double doors. Let's see what's in there. I love this lobby. The whole vibe of this area is nice, chill, and honestly, sometimes I just chill here and do other things while the music plays. Yes, I have autism, how did you know? The levels here are really cool. Let's start off with Tall Mountain. This is the worst stage in the Royal Lobby. Yes, it's actually what the lobby's called. It's basically just Tall Mountain, but kind of worse, honestly. The next level, which I don't know the name of, is pretty basic, but the pipe at the top takes you to an alternate Snowman's Land igloo, so that's cool, I guess. The next level, which is called Salty Salty Shore, is pretty solid, with the gimmick being the bubbles to grab the red coins. The music here is also really good. Godspeed Waste of Blood for making part of this whole OST. The last level here is Ancient City, and this level is great, although this Babam guy is telling me not to walk into the shrine thing. But you know what they say, 99% of gamblers quit before they hit big, so let's go. Oh, ooh, that's not good. Oh, the whole friggin' area is flooded. That's not very good. I don't care, let's just grab the star. Our trip here in the Royal Lobby is actually not done. You see, if you jump into this diorama of Peach's Castle, you'll head to a foggy version of it. Most might go to the front doors and end up... well... you know where this is. But if you think a bit more about it, you might head down to the door at the moat. Welcome to the challenge room. Let's start out small, Tall Treetops. I really like this level, because the music is nice, level design is vertical, and quite good, and the stars aren't terribly hard. Now, let's go from small to the biggest level in the entire game. The level is my favorite in the entire game, and no, there's absolutely no bias. This level is called Modus Factory. This level is my favorite, not only just because it has Modus in it, but it also has awesome level design with it being mostly open. Also, there's a tiny Modus in the office upstairs. The number of stars here is the largest single number of stars in a level, with the number of stars being 11 total stars. If you're like me and want to play this singularly without all the overwhelming stuff in B313, you actually can. There's a ROM hack called Modus Factory that was a public preview for B313 that only has 3 levels. The titular Modus Factory, Blazing Bullet Factory, and Scorched Tar Land. Demo aside, Modus Factory is a great level, and the red coins are all in really great locations besides this one tucked away in a corner. There's a boss as well. He's been in... still cool nonetheless. Oh, also say hi to Blarg. He's here. Let's move on to the next lobby I want to cover before I do all the miscellaneous stuff. The Nebula Lobby. The Nebula Lobby, as you would expect, is a space-themed lobby that has a ton of levels. So I'm just gonna rapid fire through them, saying what I like, and what I don't like. First off, Secret of the Plexus. Nice Sunshine reference, but pretty weird platforming. Snow Ravine, very cool Greenio reference, and also nice platforming. And Ice Modus as well. Sky High Pipelands. Pretty cool challenge, kinda awkward red coin placement though. Still great nonetheless. Captain Fly Guy's Tower is a boss. Indeed, it's a fight. Don't have much to say about this one. Chomp Cloud's Isles is a really cool level with music and a stupid ass painting. Look at this. TikTok Slide is great and has meta, so that's points for me. And the music is comical, top tier comedy, I swear. Blazing Bullet Factory is a nice escape level and also has a sub level in it called Scorched Tar Land that I mentioned earlier. Which is basically just a Lethal Lava Land reskin, but it has meta, so it's better in every single way, and you can't convince me otherwise. Snowman's Frozen Desert is really great, actually, with it constantly switching between sand and ice. Blackrock Mountain is kind of okay, I guess, because the platforming is good, but getting up to the top is really finicky sometimes. Dire Bubble is a great example of an alternate Lethal Lava Land. Mainly because it removes what Lethal Lava Land is known for, the lava, obviously. I almost didn't recognize it was Lethal Lava Lane at first glance until I realized a bit later. The music is perfect, minus the static, which I think actually adds to the song. The manatee is here as well, but it is also just as finicky as in the original Mario 64, so yeah, it's not great. Rusty Swampland is okay, I guess, honestly. Besides, Wet Dry Ruins is better in every single way possible. It's basically what the skybox of Wet Dry World would look like as a level, and that, in my opinion, is a really cool concept. You can also go inside the houses, which I don't think this can fit in this. Whatever works, I guess. Oh yeah, and you can also go and flood the level as well. I don't know what's up with the obsession of flooding everything, but whatever. Well, I think that's about it for the Nebula lobby. Let's just go on ahead and get on to the miscellaneous stuff. Let's start off with the red stars. These bundles of pain and suffering, once collected, allow you to access more of your moves. The reason I say why these are pain and suffering is because of the simple fact that some of them are almost impossible to get without a guide. Not that you should be using a guide for Beast 313 anyways. Aside from my criticisms of the red star locations, these can be quite fun. The green stars I've never actually seen, so I don't have any footage here. So, take an image, I guess. Yeah, this is what it looks like. And now it's gone. You missed your chance if you didn't look at it. So yeah, that's about it for the green stars. Let's go on to some areas that take like 5 seconds to cover. First off, Polygonal Chaos. This area / level thing is interesting, to say the least. You can find a painting that takes you to Shadow Mario's forest where you can collect a red star, or you can head to Bowser's domain, and through there, you can head to Bowser's really comically large bed. Seriously, who actually sleeps in this really big bed? Well, another cool thing is this hallway. The Crimson Hallway, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's also pretty good with it having Bowser in the Checkered Madness, which, jeez, they did not have to go this hard for a Bowser theme that isn't even the final boss. Speaking of the final boss, Eternal Fort is a perfect final boss for this game. The music is eerie and the platforming up to Bowser is actually quite hard. Make it up to Bowser and beat the ever-living shit out of him, and you'll get the big star, and the credits will play out until you literally die. Then, you're sent to this black and white castle. Walk through the doors and up the stairs and you'll enter Bowser's castle. I didn't talk about this stage earlier, mainly because it's just kind of boring, but still, Bowser's castle isn't supposed to be here. It's also black and what the hell is going on? Well, let's walk through this door, and that's definitely not Trap Pipe. Wow. This place is called the World of Dreams, and it was made by Waste of Blood, I'm pretty sure. The music here is, or lack thereof music, I don't really know. It's great. Well, let's do some platforming and make it up to this pipe. Wow. This place is beautiful. It's very calm. I'm honestly surprised at how calm this is. This is the most calm I've ever felt in B313, honestly. Well, let's talk about the pipes themselves that contain levels. First off, this thing. At the time I'm scripting, version 3 of Unabandoned hasn't released yet. And apparently, in version 3, they are severely nerfing Cave Dungeon. The name of the level. But this level is ass. I'm not afraid to say that. It sucks, and honestly, I ignore this level every time I go to Star Road. The other levels are actually really good, especially the Green Demon Challenge. Now, let's go into the real point of the video. Beast 313's horror, or lack thereof. Yep, the horror in this game is not really horror. Now, before you lobotomize Mario 64 horror fans come at me in the comments, yes, the game does have horror. To an extent. The game's horror is very few and far between. But does that conflict with what my title and thumbnail says? No, actually, it doesn't. Because B313 doesn't use traditional horror tactics, like jump scares or anything like that. It uses my favorite type of horror, psychological horror. B313 oozes psychological horror. The whole thing reminds people about levels they might have seen in their dreams. And I'm not making this up either. When I played this while sharing my screen on Discord with Dry/AreaStar, if you're in the Sonic Adventure modding community, he said the words, "I've seen this place before," about 20 to 30 times throughout my whole time sharing my screen while I played it. B313 lures you in with a seemingly normal beta recreation ROM hack. But something is off from the start, like the fact that there's a whole area behind the castle, or that the title theme is in minor key, or that if you press the L button you'll turn into Luigi. Also, the fact that if you played this game at night the whole sky goes black and the music changes. Just these subtle things at the beginning are basically screaming at you that this isn't normal. I mean, look at Dry Town. The whole area is strangely open and, dare I say, dreamlike. The game thrives off of screwing with your mind, like changing levels and lobbies when you return to them, sending you to a seemingly normal Peach's castle, but it just doesn't feel right, or straight up sending you to some of Greenio's levels from his series Mario 64 Classified. This game wants to make you confused. It does a really good job at that part, at least. The game's perfect horror because it is the fear of the unknown and the fear of liminal spaces, or things just seeming familiar. These concepts combined make it a great horror game that's not even trying to be a horror game most of the time. The areas in the game that don't have music are the real standouts though. Stuff like Peach's Garden and the Personalization Chamber have no music because they are meant to make you feel uncomfortable. The game is constantly trying to tell you to shut off the game, like with the core in the sign in the dark hallway. All of the crashes are the game telling you to shut it off. That makes everything so much better. I love the kind of show don't tell games, and this hits the nail right on the head. The horror isn't typical FNAF jump scares, but it isn't over the top to where it isn't scary. It crawls through your skin and makes your mind feel like you've been here, yet you never have. That's why I brought up that Mario 64 horror sucked in the beginning of the video. It's because B313 is the best example of how it should be used, yet people still make these low quality, and then Mario came out of my TV screen with hyper-realistic blood coming out of his eyes and called me a slur before killing me. And it makes me quite annoyed because Mario 64 has massive liminal space potential, yet nobody uses it quite like B313 does. Because there will never be another B313. I know this video took a bit longer than usual, mainly because I was getting lazy and I definitely wasn't on my A game during scripting. But I hope you had fun watching me yap about one of my many hyperfixations. Huh? The hell? I didn't invite anybody over. Hey, Modus? Can you check that out? What the fuck? Modus, you okay?
Hey, it's me, Dries. Could you please let me in another video?
Let me get this straight. You broke into my house so you could join on another video.
Yep.
I am planning on a Sonic 06 video, so I guess you could join that.
Yippee!
Alright then, it's settled. Also, next time when you bust open my door, could you maybe not hit editor Modus? I kinda need him for editing.
I'll just pay you for another one.
That's not how it works. Anyways, this has been Modus once more, and we gone. See you next video.